To a bit of politics now, Thailand's military-appointed legislature has kick-started impeachment proceedings into Ousted former Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra over her handling of a loss-making rice subsidy program. The National Legislative Assembly, that's the NLA, said it had set January the 9th for the start of an impeachment hearing. Today's decision sees the ruling junta, formerly known as the National Council for Peace and Order, edging a step closer to rooting out the influence of Yingluck and her brother, former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra. Thailand has been convulsed by bouts of political turbulence over Thaksin's removal in a previous push in 2006. The kingdom is bitterly divided between his supporters and detractors. In Thailand, officials can be impeached even after leaving office. Yingluck faces a 5-year ban from office if impeached. The hearing will take 45 days before a vote on whether to impeach her will take place, and she denies any wrongdoing. Now, while some leaders are being impeached, new ones are being elected in countries like Namibia, where a new president and parliament are being chosen in what is Africa's first electronic ballot. The ruling Southwest Africa People's Organization, that SWAPO, is expected to win the poll, and the Prime Minister, Hage Geingob, is expected to become president. Opposition parties had challenged the Indian-made e-voting machines, citing concerns that a lack of paper trail could encourage vote rigging.
It's been 25 years since Namibia's first democratic elections, and electoral officials are hoping this time to set a precedent for the entire continent. The incumbent, Hifikepunye Pohamba, has served 2 5-year terms and is now stepping aside. Prime Minister Hage Geingob is a favorite to take over the role of Namibian president. While the ruling party, Southwest African People's Organization, SWAPO, hasn't been out of power since the country gained independence from South Africa in 1990, Friday's vote will bring some changes. For the first time in Namibia, elections for the president and parliament will be held on the same day, and voting will be done electronically, a first for Africa.
The decision to consider acquiring the electronic voting machines was primarily based on some challenges and experiences that we have had in a manner and way we manage our elections.
Not everyone is, however, convinced of the new electronic voting procedure. 3 opposition parties tried and failed to have the court postpone the elections.
There is merit about the EVMs not having a paper trail. The paper trail issue is a very fundamental issue. But I think all the parties that are complaining now had ample time to take government or whoever to court earlier than coming to stop an election 2 days before an election.
Namibia has a healthy economy thanks to resources such as diamonds and uranium, tourism and investment in infrastructure. The ruling party is promising more prosperity and more stability. Ahead of the elections, many voters are hoping to see some changes.
The leaders that I'm going to vote, I'm very confident with this leadership, and I hope they will deliver their promises.
So what I'm expecting from the persons or from the people, honorable people voted into power, is to really stick to their promises, is to bring about changes. We want to see changes. Namibia is a country with a very small population. It's a manageable population.
Around 1.9 million people have registered to vote, with the official results expected to be announced on Sunday.
Still talking politics, South Africa's opposition party leader Julius Malema and 11 of his MPs have been suspended from parliament without pay for heckling the president. During a parliamentary address by President Jacob Zuma in August, economic freedom fighters, that's the EFF members, had chanted, "Pay back the money." They were referring to the use of some $23 million of state money to upgrade Mr. Zuma's private home in Nkalanda. Earlier this month, Parliament absolved him of any wrongdoing over the affair. The EFF says it will fight the suspensions, which range from 14 to 30 days in court. The sanctions follow an investigation by a parliamentary committee into the EFF members' conduct.